them. My guys, they're not even watching. They don't care about me being here. Ronan. No, he cannot hear. You're here.
All right. We are good to go.
Always ready. Always ready.
Yes.
You start everything.
Okay. So welcome to the DevLIVE here at Oracle Open World. I'm your host Javed Mohammed with the Oracle Developer Community, formerly known as OTN. And I have as my guest today Baruch from JFrog.
Hi Javed. We haven't been on the same stage for what, like half a year?
Yeah, something like that.
We need to fix it.
But I think last time was in Austin, I think it was.
Austin
and San
Francisco.
I skipped DC.
Yeah,
but thank you so much for coming.
Oh, absolutely. That's Java 1 I couldn't miss. And it's now with Oracle Code together, which makes it twice as fun.
Yes.
Right?
And half the exercise of going between the venues.
Oh, yeah. No, we're good. Right. I have some talks on the Java 1 side. I have some talks on Oracle Code side. So everything's good. And one in developer relations as well.
Okay. So I thought, because my focus area is DevOps, and that's kind of near and dear to my heart as it is to yours.
It is.
Just kind of help us and the audience kind of come up to speed. Where are we at in the world of DevOps? And then we'll kind of get into like what JFrog does in that space. Yeah,
so DevOps is maturing, right? It's not the innovators only. It's not the early adopters only. It's not a radical idea. It starts to gain to mainstream. And that brings, of course, the pros and cons, as it usually does, because the term got commoditized in some ways, and it changes its meaning. And now everybody that have a Jenkins server say we do DevOps now, right? And there are some weird concepts of DevOps engineers, which are just the system administrator got rebranded to make their position look sexier. But regardless of all that, regardless of the downside of the commoditization and being popular, DevOps is going mainstream as it should. And we see more and more companies adopting it.
So when you talk about going mainstream, are we talking about not only having the continuous integration, continuous deployment kind of a pipeline, but it's getting deployed in a production environment, as opposed to in a test dev kind of setting? Is that what you mean by mainstream?
Yeah, that's one of the steps to maturity, right? I'm talking about more companies doing that, different companies doing that. Those who are maybe early majority now,
early adopters, kind of moving from early adopters
to early majority, and companies that wouldn't jump on this unclear bandwagon before now feel more comfortable doing it. And that's because we now have proof that DevOps adopted correctly inside organizations allow companies to release faster and with better quality. And that's what everybody wants, right? Every company in the world now is a software company, and all of them want to release their software faster, more stable, and with better quality. And that's the promise of DevOps, that now we see companies actually manage to deliver. And then the more cautious companies, the bigger companies, the more enterprisey side of the house, play with it. First in development environment, then maybe incorporating some parts of continuous integration, going to staging in automatic manner and continuous delivery, and also going all the way to production in some point of time, later or sooner, in some point of time.
All right. So tomorrow I'm going to meet Patrick Dubois,
the
godfather of DevOps. What do you think? This is kind of happening live. So what do you think if you had a chance to meet him? I'm sure you probably have. What do you think from an audience perspective? What kind of questions should I be asking him? Because I'm a little nervous.
So I would say the interesting.
I've never met a godfather, by the way.
Oh, here we go. Didn't you meet James Gosling?
I have not. I have heard of him, but I've never met him.
Okay, so we need to find him. I'm guessing somewhere here.
Okay.
And then you will meet two godfathers in one event. I think it's great.
All right.
So Patrick, his perspective of what changed is very interesting. When you're going to ask him how this vision of DevOps changed from when he envisioned it 6 years ago to what it is now.
What it is now. Okay.
It's fascinating to see how the adoption changed the concept.
Got it.
Right. For example, aspects that weren't there in the beginning, like the QA and security, are now a part of DevOps and they're kind inside it, building into it. Right. And the other question that I also love his answer is, what's next? Right?
Sure.
What do you think to happen to this baby of yours that now went to college? What's next? What do you think where it is going? So those two perspectives back on the journey that DevOps made and in the future that it's about to make, I think Patrick is one of the best people to ask, and his perspective is the most interesting.
Okay, well, thank you so much. So let's kind of bring it even closer to home. How does JFrog fit into the picture of DevOps? What do you guys do? And you can give a little pitch here.
Yeah, so I'll try to make it not very pitchy. JFrog, we were helping companies release faster even before DevOps was a thing. Right, the artifact repository manager that we started a number of years ago and keep innovating and delivering on it is about how can you release with more confidence. And this is critical. The confidence concept is critical to the velocity of the release, because when you have trust in your software, and I'm not talking about security, I'm talking about generally knowing what's going on in your pipeline, this is where you go faster. Security is a part of it, and just other metadata like what dependencies did you use or what's inside your components is another part of it, and additional metadata builds more trust into the software and in your process. And when you have process you can trust, you can release faster, and that's what DevOps is about. Okay. So we, from the day one, our tools are completely scriptable in terms of REST API, in terms of CLI tools, in terms of pluggability. So we make it extensible and scriptable so it can fit in this DevOps pipeline. So it can be spun up automatically, managed automatically, so the software can flow through this pipe when you build this pipeline automatically, and then actually making software updates so frequent, so easy, and so confident that it looks like flow, and the software becomes liquid. It always comes through those pipelines from development to production, to devices, to end user, constantly like a flow of liquid.
I think you've encapsulated it very well, and I think I'm probably seeing my time is probably up here, but it's always interesting having you on stage. Thank you so much for coming down, and for any of the viewers who are out there, come and check us out at Open World here in the Developer Lounge or in the JFrog booth, which is right across from us.
We have cool t-shirts.
He's a cool guy.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for dropping by.
Thank you again.
Thank you.